What's up guys, Sub-Zero here. We are VOD reviewing the first TFT tournament for Set 8 in China. It is the Douyu qualifier for just like the big Chinese TFT circuit. Is Super Zumi banned in the tournament? I don't think so. Super Zumi's actually fallen off a good bit over the past like week or so, just because the meta's got more aggressive, so Super Zumi players are taking a lot more damage. But yeah, so this is the first big TFT tournament. There's been a ton of big names in this tournament that we've reviewed so far. Flancy, Huanmie, we're watching Huanmie right now. Yifang, Shiza AK, Lilo, and Nahao, who I haven't reviewed, but they're very, very good players. And this is the top 8, so this is like the finals of the tournament. We are watching Huanmei's POV because, spoilers, he did pretty well. And then also, I mean, he's just kind of the GOAT of Chinese TFT, honestly. Whoa, I'm really interested there. So he's got double glove giant spell start. He ends up selling the Fiora there to pick up the Reroll. Really? Because I mean, I'm thinking with this opener, you have 2 duelists. You could potentially have a 4 duelist opener. Items are kind of sus for it, but like PG's fine. I'm curious what he ends up actually playing here. Totem with Sonicare augment is broken. This is true. We have Prep, Battle Mage, and Spellslinger. Spellslinger is great. I mean, all of these are great, honestly. Battle Mage, if you want to play a more Jax angle, you could go like TG and hold the Giant Spell for Zac. For like Redemption or Sunfire, which are both really good. Preparation's fine if you want to go another. I think you're slamming TG in this spot. So the question is, you're probably not going to have gloves this game. So like you have to think about that. I actually kind of like Battle Mage here, but I think he scouted a bit already. You have to scout and see what's open, because you could really go anything from here. He's going to go for the Spellslinger angle, and he does hit. This 2-star, it also gives him the Annie. It's the Lulu in. I'm curious if he does slam TG. Nice to catch you live. Thanks for watching, Alex. This is Derek. Love your content's a bit unfortunate for European viewers, though. See you in the YouTube uploads. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just the time zone that I exist in. Not too much I can do. Hey, what's up, Doodle Cakes? All right, so he's going to play this board. Will he slam? Okay, slams the Guard Breaker and then goes for Shroud. All right, thank you for the follow, Cone. Hey, thank you. I mean, Guard Breaker is a really, really strong item. It's not as strong as a first item slam, but when you do have this double glove, it makes sense. Finally caught you online. What's up, Zeeks? EU greater than? Here. Oh my god. L2. Not bad. Not bad at all. Someone holding Yumi, Ludens. I didn't see too many other. I mean, he's committed at this point, right? It's going to be ideally a Talia game. Could be still a Soraka game. But it has to be some kind of AP game, unless he wants to just completely drop this augment. I'm going to try to get a JG off Carousel, probably, or just a tier. Look for a tier item. You can make this Renekton too, but you're probably never playing it, so... Like, you don't really... I'd probably sell the Nasus and make it, but, like... Yeah, it's almost never coming in, so... Yeah, he's just going to do this. Make 10 gold here. We'll sell the Lux if he has to, I guess, though he'd much prefer to not have to sell it. It probably just goes on Rel, right? Just gets such a big HP pool for being 2-starred. You put it on Annie as well, because she does damage. The BT, I mean. I imagine it should go on Rel. Okay. So I like... The Guardbreaker slam makes sense. With double glove, right? You're guaranteed to be able to get your second glove. You just have to get to the JG eventually, but it's not, like, bad here. It's also just pretty good in the meta right now. Like, every comp has a shield in it, almost. Any comp with Annie frontline, of course. Any comp with, like, Lee Sin, or Vi, or Echo. Yeah, they just all got shield. So I think you would try to, but it's a low-cost rod. Yeah, Sword actually makes a lot of sense here. It could be IE in a pinch, and you would just have IE as your red item, or it can, of course, be Shojin. It's also on a Sona, which is really nice. Yeah, and so you can just level here for Sona. Now your boy looks really nice. Yeah, you have to play... Okay, he's going to play 4 Spellslinger over the Heart and Gadgetean. I mean, it makes sense. Spellslinger's a really strong synergy. I also have top players pushing blue super forward. Yeah, the reasoning is that her missile is like 4 hexes long, and it'll travel through the unit that it hits. So like, if you put her second row and she hits this first unit, she can also end up hitting backline. Whereas if you put her last row, she sometimes won't do that. I've seen some other players not do it. I've VOD reviewed, like my VOD from Flancy that I put on my YouTube channel today, he didn't do that. I'm curious if he ends up holding this, because it does some... Okay, and let's check what the admin in. This looks like 12 mana every 5 seconds. I've seen a lot of that one recently. Maybe I'm just, you know, noticing it. Yeah, every 5 seconds your team gets 12 mana. You're friendly. When an ally is killed, AI get 250 HP. When an ally is killed, AI get 18 HP. 12 power. You probably just want this because you're going to be playing not for Soraka carry, but you could play Soraka carry. I wouldn't be like super shocked if it was that one. And this one's not even that bad, but I imagine it's the rightmost one. Just because you'd prefer to play for Talia. Okay, so he ended up just playing the LeBlanc here. He really wants to win this fight and make 20. If he doesn't make 20, his econ definitely gets hurt. I mean, he has the Rel too. He has so many upgrades. It would be a bit surprising if he loses. Though Sona, yeah, Sona in the clutch is pretty bad. Because sometimes she'll just shield as her last effect and then just lose the fight. Yo, what's up, Samuel Sean? It's going good. It's going good. We're doing some VOD reviews today. Should be very fun. But yeah, I mean, the upside on his board, he's got a lot of upgrades. He's almost 6 spell slingers. Thanks for the follow, Sachu. Yeah, I got my new follow notification up in the over there, so that it doesn't, because people are complaining that it like shows up over the game sometimes, and it's annoying. All right. So with the second sword, oh, I love this slam though. He just slams IE because he knows that he's got to figure out a way to get rid of these swords. So he just goes for IE. It's still probably an AP game just because he's taking the Spellslinger Heart, doesn't really want to play down an augment. It's silver first, so it's like 40% chance for this augment to be hero, if I remember correctly. So it's more likely than not that it is not a hero augment. Yeah, I said that in the most confusing way possible. But yeah, it's very plausible here that this is not hero. Yep. So it ends up not being hero augment here. Trade sector, defender, electro. It's got to be trade sector, right? Defender doesn't do much here. You don't really want to play a late game. Electro's fine. The problem with this is that in Spellslingers, you don't actually tend to play a very strong front line. So Electro Charge doesn't get that much value. The upside is if you can get like an Ionic, something that removes MR, then it feels good. But the problem is like, you're just not getting much value onto like any Alistar frontline, so and Echo, but like it's a low frontline comp. So I have to imagine that it's this, but we'll see. People always surprise me. Okay, god damn. And hits the Soraka in shop. Feels good, man. You prefer Talia over Araka? I like both. I mean, obviously in this spot, you'd prefer Talia because we have +1 Spellslinger, but I think Soraka's amazing. I think she's actually a bit stronger if you look at the stats, but that's also confounded by the fact that you can play her in Brawlers. It's okay, even if you stated something plainly, I'd probably still be confused. Wait, that means I should definitely state things plainly, because if people get confused in that situation, then I need to be as straightforward as possible. I'll do my best. All right, finding this person who is looking like they're Kai'Sa reroll with a Death Cap Slam, not the best. Struggle with admin buff has to be better. I mean, in this situation, the admin buff is for the entire team. Yeah, okay. He can move the items now. I mean, it's actually, okay, so we decided to roll there. Didn't actually hit a 2-star unit, but he can move items to Soraka. Because this admin buff is for the whole team, right? It's just 12 mana every 5 seconds for your whole team. So it doesn't matter. Like, the whole team gets the admin buff. But he does move items to Soraka. Better item holder than 1-star Sona. And also, you're going to have to move items off Sona regardless late game. So I guess you might as well move it to Soraka. So we can go for Shojin here. What's his other item? He's got Chain. Sunfire is also amazing. Okay. I have to imagine it's either Shojin or Sunfire here. Okay. Yep. And so he goes for the tier. Can't get it, so it just goes for the Sunfire. To actually get the admin buff? Oh, yeah. I mean, you can always play Soraka and not... Oh, my God. This guy's the God of TFT. Look at that shop, man. That's your shop on... And then the next shop has a LeBlanc in it? Is this guy okay? How dare you stream and I totally missed the Discord message? All good, Celandine. Sometimes it just straight up doesn't send it out. This time it looks like it did, but sometimes it legit just trolls and just doesn't send a notification, which is always funny. All right, I mean, there's definitely a bit of a high roll game. Like the fact that he's hit Soraka, Talia, and all of these pairs of his units this early is like gross. But I mean, that's part of just what Trade Sector does, right? It's giving him the opportunity to see more shops. Gotta get Annie in here, right? I'm actually not that surprised, I guess. Really bored. But then you have to, I mean, he just wants to move items to Talia, so might as well. It's a really interesting way that he's played out this mid game. Like, but the only thing is it's a little bit annoying to skip back on Douyu. Okay, so his board ends up being he gets this in to He ends up playing Gadgettine over here. I mean, it's a really good Gadgettine buff. Like the Giant Spell is one of the best ones. But now he's lost the Soraka because he ended up swapping items around. A little rough, because like Soraka's such a good unit. I saw in a Keen video, there's a Chinese website that shows the BIS for each champion, so you happen to know what website this is. It might be the tier list. I think I might have it. I'll have to find it. I'll check after this spot if I have it. Because there's like a Chinese tier list that has like quote unquote Chinese meta, but like I don't know if it's curated by someone or if like it's stats. I'm not really sure. Because I kind of feel like it's probably curated by someone. But you know what's weird? He took Chain and then didn't slam Sunfire. That's odd to me. You probably need Sunfire this game. Like, under what circumstance are you using the Chain? Well, my friend, how do you feel about the upcoming patch changes? It's Nerf City. I mean, it's just PvE right now. We don't know for sure what the patch is going to look like, right? They've just shown, like, a lot of what it might look like. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the things they're nerfing make sense to get nerfed. You know, Annie 3. Okay, he is going to go Gargoyles here. You just need to... He's just no prio on Sunfire in this spot. Interesting. Maybe it's a lobby thing. Because I know a lot of players right now really like to prioritize Sunfire. It, of course, like makes your items kind of awkward here if you go for the Sunfire, because then you have Giant Spell and Cloak. That's so interesting. I mean, it's gotta be this, right? This gives you Talia too. More frontline. I'm surprised he even thinks on it, as long as he does. Yeah. Just thinking on it for fun. And then he just gives the Annie the Gargoyles value. I feel like Huanmie is someone... I feel like I'm gonna watch Huanmie in the past. No, I've seen a decent number of people prio Gargoyles pretty high on Annie. Like I remember the Gargoyles ZZ Rot tech that we saw in one of the VOD reviews a while ago. So like I've seen similar stuff before, but it's interesting the 0 prio on Sunfire. I was just curious on the Chinese website, keep hearing getting mentioned. Yeah, I'll try to find it. I mean, to be fair, if you just end up one-shotting, like if there aren't that many tanky boards, then no Sunfire is fine. The problem is if you end up just running into some board that's incredibly tanky. I guess the other thought is maybe with this many Annies, Annie 3 is better if you just give her infinite tank stats, and she'll just live forever. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm really curious about that no Sunfire slam here from Huanmie, because yeah, I've seen so many people say like, you need a Sunfire to play the, like into this Jax comp. A lot of people would be like, I mean, there's not that much healing right now. It's just the BT. Also, this person has an Urgot 2 with +1 Bruiser? God. Yeah. It's quite interesting. I mean, Atalia 2 this early means you have so much damage. That's so interesting to think about the priority on Sunfire here. Okay, he really wants Shojin, of course. So, grabs it. Nice. Shit, thank you for the sub, Sachu. Thank you. Appreciate it. I wonder if he... I mean, he's just going to econ up for the rest of the stage. And then I wonder if he levels, or if he digs for Annie. Probably just levels, right? And just trust that he's going to find Annie. I want to turn this off. Okay, I just made it... Oh, wait. That turns it off. Oh. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Reroll makes more sense from our tanky. Sunfire doesn't scale. His front line gets outscaled. Is that what OS is? Yeah, but I just feel like Sunfire is just so strong in this meta. And like most metas, I just feel like into like these Jax boards, even into like the Zed board, Sunfire is so good. But I think he just thought his items might be too awkward if he goes Sunfire. Like this way, his items are completed. I'm curious if he gets another item, if he ends up going for Sunfire or not. Like if he gets a Giant's Belt dropped here, is he gonna look for Sunfire? Almost certainly, right? Inex Spark's another big one that he can go for. But like so far he's beating these Jax boards. He does also have the Hull Breaker, or Guard Breaker. So maybe the idea is that like with that, he doesn't need the Sunfire as much. I could believe that logic. I'm curious to see, like hopefully we can get some more games of him playing AP to see what his item prio and everything is, because I feel like that's so important. All right, there's the Rod. I would definitely look for Ionic here. Yep, he just immediately rips it. Just go level 8 here, and I mean he's so healthy. Everything is 2-star. Just gets him the Soraka here for the incredible admin, and yeah, you don't even have to roll. He just goes fast 9 from this spot. Really nice. This just happens when you hit an AP, right? Like, this comp caps out so high. And if you hit everything, 2-star is very stable. It's a relatively expensive board. If you want it like Soraka 2, Talia 2, and then like late game get your 5+ in. I've been just complaining about time zone diff, and still here I am. Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, 48 HP here, chilling. He could even go Talia 3 this game. How do you feel about Heart Annie tank comp? Baby is playing a lot and winning. I played 3 and got pooped on after taking 1 first. Heart Annie tank comp? I don't know what that is. Like, you just stack a bunch of hearts with Annie? Who's the carry? Blue? Soraka? I mean, Soraka hearts is good. So I mean, I think that's a good comp. I guess if that's what you mean, then yeah, I think that comp's good. But it can be, like, if you don't get to your units, you die. Would you put in here at 9? I mean, I think eventually you're going to want to get in, like, Syndra, right? Syndra and Janna are going to come in over some of the random Spellslingers. You still need to get Echo in this board. Like, you can play 5 Spellslingers here. You can just replace Soraka for Syndra and add Echo. The problem is then you lose out on the admin. And it's a really good admin. But, like, 5 Spellslingers is also... Or 5 Star Guardians is really good. And then you cut one of the Spellslingers for Janna. That's probably the most capped board. It's just this admin is so good. But yeah, I think that's it. Just add Echo, Syndra, and Janna. And then you lose the admins. Sona carry plus Annie, then tanks plus hearts. Interesting. Speaking of which. Yeah, +1 heart here is fine. Doesn't seem insane, but like maybe we can get a lot of hearts in late game if we keep the like you can potentially play 4 heart late game. Also, maybe you just wanted the fiddle. Sure. I mean, it's definitely good, right? We already have 2 heart in with Yuumi plus Sona, so it's just another unit that's gonna cast like 1 time. But I mean, Fiddlesticks is a very good unit. 3 AM here? Oh my gosh. Is admin better than Syndra Janna? I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, like, I don't know what else you would you'd be able to do. Like, you can cut some of the other stuff, but I mean, you're never cutting Annie, you're never cutting Alistar, obviously you're never cutting Talia. You could cut like Lux and just end up only playing 3 Star Guardians and capping out the board. Like, that's something else you could do. You can cut like Lux for Janna and Yuumi for the Syndra, and then add in Echo, and then you still have 3 Star Guardian in. Like, I wonder if that's more capped. I'm curious what he ends up playing. And we'll see. I mean, this game might also end. He's also like rolling a lot, so it's not like his board's gonna get that capped. Yeah, Nunu's alright, but I feel like... Ooh, okay, that's Annie 3, not bad. Also hit the Echo, also hit the Syndra, so now he can start bringing that fiddle in. The problem is he wants the heart spat on board, which makes sense. Now he has 4 heart in. Oh, what a beautiful board. Okay, and then if he ever hits Syndra, you just play her. He wants to sell this Nunu. You can actually sell it in a round, right? Yep. What does he want here, actually? Like, a lot of these items are pretty useless. You throw like a random JG here. She is Spellslinger. Yeah. I feel like Bramble, if it's important in a matchup. Imagine it's one of these two. I guess GS is okay. Get all this extra AP. Maybe one of these two here. You go for another Ionic. I don't think it's BT. I don't think it's like JG here. I'd love like a mana item for Syndra, but we just don't have it. JG or Giant Slayer, I guess. I feel like our front line's good enough. Is there crit on that guy? Yeah, because if all your matchups, or if maybe like your most important matchup is all crit, this guy does not have a crit. So did I just skip ahead? Or did I skip back? Yeah, I definitely skipped ahead. Oh, because it's like in pieces. Man, navigate on Douyu is kind of hard, no? I'm just not going to pause anymore. All right, this is his board. Nah, he hits Cinder too, man. I want to see what his rolls were. Okay. Back to where we're at. Gets that out. This is the board. All right, we're chilling. What would you suggest you pick for admin? I mean, it depends on the comp that you're playing. Like in this one, the mana for the entire team is really good. If you're playing like a Jax comp, then extra tank stats are always really good. Okay, so I'm just not going to try to skip around in the VOD. I'll pause, but I'm not going to try to go back and forth. Yeah, I think he looks here, but they don't have any... Oh, is it for recon? Okay, I mean, if it's for recon, then yeah. Yeah, for recon he has crit, of course. Okay, then that makes perfect sense. He just wants it into this matchup specifically. Obviously, like, on an Echo one, which is not the tankiest thing in the world. But I mean, yeah, the damage on the block doesn't matter that much. Also, he can potentially hit Echo here. All right, just gonna sell that. But yeah, like the last I can sell is actually pretty helpful. Just have some extra gold. Yeah, you can hold the Urgot pair. And these are all good units to hold in. Like, you could sell Zac and start rolling. His Echo 2 is a pretty big upgrade. He has 13 HP. Does he think he's gonna lose this one? Well, he fought the clone. Okay, he should always win versus the clone. Also, this Talia also has Guard Breaker. I wonder if it's there's like a really high prio on Guard Breaker in China. As the double Guard Breaker matchup. Is there a reason why I made an IE for Talia? Nothing good, so I was just wondering, but I also thought that's for AD champs. So, they changed it, this set, and I also don't know what the weather. That's windy weather? My god. But you sell a LeBlanc and keep rolling here, huh? Maybe he just doesn't have enough time. So they changed it this set. Now IE can also make your spells crit. Before it was just that JG made your spells crit, but now IE and JG do. So the only difference between IE and JG is that IE gives some more AD and JG gives some more AP. Obviously, it's not ideal. Like, you'd always prefer JG, but in this game, he had a bunch of swords, so he just ended up making IE instead of JG because, like, they're not actually that different. IE is completely fine on your AP carries. You'd always prefer JG, but if you have a bunch of swords, then, you know, you can go IE. So that's why. All right. Love this bench. And, oh, okay. He's just going to go just for the Fiddlesticks here. I mean, it's probably the single best unit you can throw in. Marginal difference, just lose out on the base AP. Exactly, yeah. And in this situation where he had 2 swords, he knew one of them was going to become Shojin, so there's no other sword item you really want in this comp outside of, like, Giant Slayer. But he also had another glove, so, like, he knew it was going to be very, very difficult. Thanks for the follow, Pongzerfu. Alright, top 2 here. Can he beat the other guy? That's the Recon Reroll player, who also has 3-star Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath is able to beam this backline here. Yeah, Cho'Gath's same side as Talia and everyone is kind of rough. Oh, it doesn't end up hitting Talia, though. That's at least nice. Though they also have a Fiddle, too. Yeah, their board is so strong. Just incredibly capped. It was a pretty close fight, though. But yeah, 3 units. He is dead. All right, that's a second from Huanmie. Really, really interesting AP game. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch down below. Thank you.